as it's lights out, and away we go for our first sprint race, and that's Maya into the wall, losing traction. Now Hendricks now is in the lead of this race with Sampson behind. They both go off into turn one, so that means Anderson is now leading the Grand Prix. They all spin out. It's chaos, big crashes in the back, and I'm sure this should be a red flag. But at the moment, Watu77 is leading. This is Mayhem at the back. Everyone losing traction. Not a lot of grip here. This is actual chaos. Even here, these cars are really losing grip. We might have to red flag. This is appalling. Red flag it is. Hello everyone, welcome back. That was a very chaotic race start, but it's been red flagged, and now we have a restart in the same positions with 2 less laps after the restart. So now we are on a 27 lap race, as we now wait roughly a minute for it to start, as we have everyone joining in now. Hopefully we don't have chaos like that again, but let's hope for the best. We have 1 minute 6 to go now. I'm just going to check the stream, make sure everything's working nicely. 30 seconds till lights out now. Hopefully let's not do that again, guys. Everyone lost traction. Here we go. As we await the lights. 4, 5, 6 red lights. As it's now lights out and away we go again. As Maya keeps the lead temporarily. As it looks like that's Roski down the inside, a bit of contact into turn 1. Maya's off. And there's more spinning at the back, and that's the magic arrow of Talistov over there. But we have Maya fighting with Roski. Actually, it's Hendricks fighting with Roski for the lead now, as those are 2 Archer GPs in the background going off. And it looks like the racing goat of Hendricks is leading temporarily, though, because Roski is really finding grip in these corners. As it looks very close between the top 4 now, as that's Hendricks pulling in to defend against Roski, but Roski now leads the Australian Grand Prix. That's the 2 altitudes in the back having a go at each other. So at the moment and that's Samson down into 6th place, nearly 7th. As we round the final corners to complete our first lap of the Grand Prix, finally. As that is I'm not going to have a go. I hate pronouncing names. In the background, overtaking his teammate Anderson. And he's also trying to have a go at the altitude car. He's down the outside of the car. Round the outside, gets pushed off the track. That'll go to the stewards, I believe. As this is very close racing. As it's side by side with the 2 Archer GP cars. Anderson's going to have to defend this one pretty tall. I actually think he was repassed, as it looks like Sam hit the wall, tapped the wall temporarily there. But that's a nice and clean first lap, I would say. Bit of wheel banging, but at least it wasn't the mess that happened last time. Somehow our graphic is showing the top 2 having the fastest lap, but that's wrong. But that's the Archer GP of Tal going down the inside, making the move. But is it over yet? And that's a bit of a shunt from his teammate. And off he goes into 5th. That will 100% be reported later on. The altitude car might have a go now, as he's seeing the gap. He might go down the straight. Let's have a look. But Maya, with the DRS, is finding the space, and he goes around the outside of Hendricks in the race, in the altitude. And he gets the move done. And it looks like Samson has overtaken Anderson. I think that was... Yes, he did do that over the straight like I believed he would. Wow. But he might have a go down the pit straight now, as he's really finding the grip compared to the altitude car. He has the DRS. Is he going to pull out? He doesn't have the speed. He might go for a lunge, but he doesn't. And it's very close between Telephonic now. It's not Telephonic, is it? Halitovic, that's it. As Samson managed to repass Anderson, I'm pretty sure Anderson tried to overtake him then. But Mayer will have the DRS this lap. Now let's see if this will happen as as that's Mayer going for the lead of the Grand Prix, overtaking Broski with DRS. As I was saying, that's Ivan pitting now. Not sure. Yep, he's onto the mediums now. As that's Mass off into the barriers there, you can see. I'm not sure what's happened there. As I'm not sure if he can get it going. I think he might fully be retired, as his engine doesn't sound very much on. It does actually. Okay, so he is now retired, as that's Anderson into the pits. Going on to another set of mediums, I believe, unless he's retiring. He may have accidentally retired. I'm not sure. It's a very long. Don't know what that is. But Roski is going round the outside of Hendricks in the Archer GP car. This is the perfect spot for overtaking. As his car is still there. No, that's a different Magic Arrow. That's a van who's gone off. And again into the barriers, losing traction. If you get it going back to the pits to repair, he might be lucky. But it looks like he might be done for. Especially in the position of this Grand Prix now. But it is very close. As that's a car in the background. As that's Roski and Hendricks, both off. Wow, they're both out of this race now. That is an interesting part of this Grand Prix now. Wow. Okay. As Halitovic is, with the DRS, closing the gap to P1, Mayer really is zooming here today, as he's in the lead of the Grand Prix. As we will see if he can do anything to Mayer down the pit straight now. This isn't the main spot for overtaking, but it can open up to... It can close the gap quite significantly. No error or margin here through these corners. Absolutely lighting it up. These two have today. As Halitovic now has the DRS, he's using a lot of his ERS. Will he go for a lunge? No, he won't. But that's a big lock-up for Mayer there, as Hendricks is now pitting as he goes down the inside. Bit of wheel banging there, but Mayer still keeps the lead. As that's another lock-up for Mayer, Talatovic is really keeping his foot down with these corners as he clips the wall in the final corner. He looks to have suspension damage. This might be his race over now. Oh no. He might have to retire the car. This is another retirement. So that now means Marco will take second place and Singh will take third in a podium spot for the Racing Goats. As that's Singh span in that corner there, he's now out. Potentially, if he can get it going again. His engine's still running. I'm not sure if he has any suspension damage. It doesn't look like it. But that's now Meyer leading. As Singh is now pitting, so he has made it back to the pits. I think he's teleported back to the pits now. So I think that is his race over as he is retired. Okay.
Bad news for Sin in the pits. Hello everybody, this is Dion. I am Max's big sister. Just looking here at Meyer, he's been in the lead for a long time now. Very, very impressive Meyer. I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon.
Hello everyone again, that was a segment from my sister. Anyways, moving on, as that's another lock-up for Meyer. Meyer's been locking up quite a lot this race. But it doesn't matter because he's in the lead with a 12-second gap to the car behind. And the closest two cars in this race so far is the two altitudes of Samson and Watu 77. As Watson seems to be trying to break the toll between the two cars, but I'm sure on the next straight with DRS he will be able to pass. See how his gap is closing up now. He reaches the DRS point, he pulls down the inside of the corner and is already ahead. As now Meyer's passed 7th place soon after a blue flag, so that's our first lapped car of the race. Actually, that's our second lapped car, third, as he's been lapped twice now, probably due to the fact he went into the pits to repair his suspension after that spin crash, not sure what to call it. as we will have Roski join the commentary box very shortly. So far, this has been a disaster when it comes to contact. Surely the studios will be overwhelmed today with the amount of crashes and incidents we've had today. As we will once again have hello.
Hello.
Let me just adjust this.
Wait, that was a pretty quick race by me. I
So,
forget
hello
when
everyone. This is Roski. We are going to be interviewing him today. So just talk me through how this entire thing happened. I mean, we know what happened lap one. Everyone had no grip, but after the restarts, when you first retired and you clipped that wall, what actually happened then?
what happened when I hit the wall?
Yes.
Okay, so I just didn't have as much grip as I thought I would be having into there. So I tried to get on power. I got a snap, and I washed out too wide, and I just
Ooh, sorry to interrupt you
yeah,
there, as that's Watson who span out that corner. I mean, some of these corners are tricky, especially like early on in the Grand Prix, how everyone was losing grip. So you can continue now.
yeah. I just washed out a little bit too wide after the snap, and I went into the tire barrier, and unfortunately, I had Lorenzo behind me, and he just got collected in an accident that had nothing to do with him. He didn't cause any of the accident. He was super unlucky to be right behind me, right when the crash happened. Super sorry to Lorenzo. Hopefully we can not have collision stuff like that happen again, because it's not something I want to have happening in the race. If someone can get collected in a crash that they were never involved in, and they have to retire because of it, I hope that doesn't have to happen again.
Yep.
Hopefully that can not happen later on further on into the series, into this championship. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen. Mayer seems to be absolutely dominating this race so far, so he's having a race of his. Oh, as I say that, Mayer almost spins. Oh boy. Oh, commentator's curse.
Yep.
But on the race start, let's go talk on the race start real quick. On the race start, okay. I had a little bit of a bad start, as in I got a little bit of wheel spin on the start. But from there, I kind of just tried to do everything I can to get to turn 1. But unfortunately, I kind of completely drained the battery by lap 2. So by that point, it was really just a game of I just had to hang on as hard as I could onto P1 with very little battery left. So it was it was it was just ticking down when I would get overtaken. And then from there, the tires just started going and going and going for me. And then the accident happened. But yeah. But
It's very
I'm
unfortunate.
surprised by how little drivers there are in this today's race. There's only 7 that are actually continuing so far. Next.
Yeah. Okay then. Thank you for that. And we might have Elmir join as well.
That would be fun to have Elmer in here.
So your teammates will also have a word in what happens.
Alright. Elmer, hello.
Hello.
Hello. I have a lot to talk now. Yeah, can I say what happened in the race?
Yep.
As I started, there was Anderson in front of me, and it was lap 2, I think, and second or third corner. And as I went in front of him, we touched, or I pushed him into the barrier, but not intentionally. And as I continued on the, I think, next lap, I think Alexei pushed me off the track, but it was fair because it was his corner. So yeah, then I continued, and I was 1 second per lap faster than Mayer. I think last corner, is it? Yeah, I think last corner I glitched the wall so little, but it cost me the race. It
Yeah. Like suspension.
yeah, but I was 1 second faster than him, or half a second. But yeah, I'm gonna apologize to Anderson, and yeah, don't know what to say.
I think there'll be a lot of tickets made, to be fair, today.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I don't know, I can't remember who it was, but there was someone who was forced off. I don't know if it really cost them the position. They were trying to go around the outside of turn 4. The
Yeah.
wrong left-hander trying to not go off the track, but I don't know if that was forced off because I only saw one angle of it, so I'm not quite sure if that was legal.
Is that was 2 Archer GP or 1 Archer GP?
I think it was. Actually, I'll just have a. I don't think it was any RGGP, but I'll have a look.
Okay. I think, yeah. I hope Marco wins or Anderson, but yeah, it's. I mean, I had front suspension broke on the, I think, first lap, but 5%. Nothing serious. But yeah, it cost me the suspension.
Yep. I'm just gonna have a look at that now.
You got any questions? Or?
Well, we see what happens when suspension is tapped, so I think all these drivers are going to be more careful, especially with the walls. It's not a huge
Yeah.
problem in our next race locations of Hang, but in other street circuits we have in the future, it will definitely be a problem. We just see how sensitive the suspension is, so they'll be way more careful next time. I mean, they are now, but I guess no one expected, especially at the lap one before it was red flagged, especially whatever happened there. That wasn't normal. Everyone had basically no grip.
I think it's because of the stiffness of the car. It's like too stiff a bit, so you go
Has anyone
like
even like
lower
practiced
energy
starts?
for more balance, and it's hard. It's hard to control the car in some corners, and it's hard to control the tires. The degradation of the tires is also hard. Like I spent 3 or 4 hours creating ERS map, the tire pressure of the tires and stuff. But yeah, it ended badly. But it was some fun moments with Alexei, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it was quite nice racing. To be fair, if I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the most cleanest, but it was definitely more clean than I was thinking for our first race.
I think second race is going to be really good, especially Sepang, because it's like older track and no one raced there, so it will be, I think, harder to create TRS map too, because there's no referration to F1 where
Yeah,
you can know, like
like I
where you
don't
can
think
use it.
I mean, we haven't, but I don't think I've ever seen a modern sort of Formula One car of sorts racing Sepang.
Yeah, it's
So
it's very different
we
now.
might see some new lap records that are like from the real life lap records. We might see that be broken.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe from me, I don't know. I will see. I don't know really. We'll see how good Alexei, Marco, Rusky, altitude drivers are on other tracks. But as it stands, they are very good. Altitude. But yeah, Archer GP didn't have luck today, I have to be honest.
All right, what are your thoughts on Hendricks?
In which position is he? I
Um,
think he
he
did a
was the
good
one who
start.
was DNF'd.
Oh, I think he did a good start, to be honest. He was good, like solid all the weekend. Like he was not on Alexei's, let's say, level, but he was like more consistent in some occasions, and he was definitely the best driver to start the race, I think. And Alexei is really struggling in the race, from what I have seen, and in qualifying he's quite decent. Like he's, if not the best, one of the best, which he proved
Yeah, Hendricks
from.
retired because of well, basically Roski clipped the wall at the end, the final corner, and the way a set of course of physics are, his entire car just turned sideways. So he got T-boned by Hendricks, who didn't see it coming. Because if you're following a car right behind and they just suddenly turn and stop, like on its own, you don't see that coming. So none of that crash would have been Hendricks' fault because, I mean, the reaction times are high for these drivers, but not that high, and he just couldn't do anything. So I'm sorry for
Oh
him,
yeah,
but
I think damage, like I don't know, damage highness is too high. Like it's too sensitive, the damage. think it should be like 50%
Yeah,
instead
we
of
might.
100.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might turn it down.
Because in the first race that was red flag, I barely touched someone, and I was like, my front wing was gone, like totally. Like the incident that I had on the second race, that was seen on the TV live, happened in real life a lot, but I barely touched it, like barely.
Yeah, as the person who manages the server, I will look into what happened. I don't know at the black one. I don't know if that was the car or the server, but or just like the drivers not being used to race starts. I'm not quite sure which one it was, but it can't have been the drivers because literally there was no traction.
Yeah. Looks like Mayer and Marco are on quite similar pace, or even I think Marco is faster by like 3/10 maybe.
Yeah, he's faster by 1.2 seconds last lap.
Yeah.
So Mayer is looking to win by 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds might come down.
Maybe he does mistake. Maybe
Think about
Marco
it.
does mistake.
Looking at the
Okay,
tyres, I'm not
yeah.
quite sure why the softs are called. So, I'm not quite sure why that is.
My strategy was to pit on lap 17, and I started on C3 tires. So I was thinking on C4s, so that was like 10 laps to go, or C5s, because I put a lot of time to get perfect setup, which I shared with, I think,
As
Anderson.
Anderson, sorry to interrupt you. Anderson, oh, I thought he clipped. No, never mind. That was just blue flags. Yeah, I saw on the driver tracker that he was stopped in turn 3, but he was just. Never mind. You go on then.
Yeah. So I thought to go for C5 or C4 because it's only like 10 laps minus one
As
of
sorry to interrupt
C4.
you again, Anderson actually did crash this time.
Oh,
He
okay.
is at the back, but he did just crash. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad, but he did definitely collide with the wall, and that was a lot. I think that's some front wing damage. Not like obviously front wing damage, but to some extent. As yep, he's lost it, and his anti-stall is on. Not sure if he can keep it going. As Tyler's just overtaken Watson. Watson is going off. I'm not sure if that was a spin or not.
Oh my.
Anything else you
I think Anderson had the damage from lap 2 when we touched. If we didn't fix it in the box. Ooh, who's that? Who's that?
That's Anderson.
Oh, no, this Alpine guy.
Oh,
Altitude.
Watson.
Oh, I
That's
thought.
the one who was in the grass. And now, I'm not sure what's going on. I think this could be the server. This could be connection issues, or it could be. No, this is for real. I think Watson, something to do with his controls have gone off. If he,
No, that's
I don't know what's going on. His pedals might be wrong, but he was just in the wall, and his wheels pointed fully right. So this is server, obviously, but if he can make it back, if he can report back that he's driving, so he can't. But if he kept on going, I was just going to straight kick him because he would be dangerous if he can't control the car.
By the way, just tell you, I will not forget to confirm the race, like attendance and replay, because I got disqualified.
Sorry, what am I saying, Watson? I'm sorry, Watson. There's another. Oh, that's what. I'm getting confused with Samson. I'm keep on calling him Watson. I get confused.
Why is she continuing, bro?
He's pitting. I'm not sure if that's enough to repair.
I
don't know.
think he
His
can.
wheels are pointing all the way right, but I can't see his steering wheel. I'm not sure that's.
Fell off in the lake, probably.
He may be retiring. As we are on our final lap now, so I'll have to mute you for now. As he crosses the final corner, he has absolutely dominated this first race now. He crosses the line to win the first race of the SFA, as that is Watu in the background repairing his damage, but it doesn't matter, he's 6th anyways. Marco trying his best to close the gap, but it's not enough. 15-second gap to the car ahead. As he comes home in 2nd, Watu comes in 6th. Samson is now on the main straight, closing in. What a race this has been. Anderson comes home in 5th. Samson comes home in 3rd. And Toilet. This ain't the same person, is it? It's a different. Yeah, I keep on. No, yeah, it's a different person. Goodbye, everyone. This has been a brilliant race, as the drivers are now filing into the pits again. But